Welcome students again into the 11th science chemistry class. Now up in this chapter number 11 adsorption and colloids, we up to learn about the adsorption phenomenon. What are the types of the adsorption? What is the difference between the adsorption and absorption? Again, in the types of the adsorption, there are the two types of adsorptions: physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. In short, they are called as the physisorption and chemisorption. Now today we are going to learn the factors affecting adsorption of gases on solids. Now especially the adsorption of gases on solids. So we have to learn the factors affecting adsorption of gases on solids. Now the first factor which is responsible for the adsorption is the nature of adsorbate. Now which gas get adsorbed on the surface of the solid and how the nature of that gas is called as the adsorbate, and the amount of the gas adsorbed by the solid depends upon the nature of that gas. Now the gases which have high critical temperature gets easily adsorbed and liquefy. Now gases having high critical temperature liquefy easily and can be readily adsorbed. Now we know the critical temperature. Now these are the different gases which have the critical temperature as this, and what is the volume adsorbed per centimeter cube area of that gas is also given in this chart. So the gases which can liquefy easily, which have the high critical temperature, can adsorb to a maximum extent or large extent as compared to that gases which have low critical temperature and which cannot be liquefied easily, and they are difficult to liquefy, and their volume per centimeter cube on the surface area of adsorbent is also, the adsorbed volume is also less. Now nitrogen have the critical temperature 126 Kelvin, so it only adsorb about the 0.08, that means 8 centimeter cube on the any charcoal or silica gel like adsorbent. So the gases such as SO2, Cl2, that is the sulfur dioxide, chlorine, ammonia, which can easily liquefy due to their high critical temperature and can adsorb to a large extent as compared to these nitrogen, hydrogen and oxygen gases which are difficult to liquefy. So the here hydrogen chloride, the gas having the critical temperature 324 Kelvin, and it adsorb about 72 centimeter cube per centimeter cube. Now ammonia adsorb having the critical temperature 406 and it adsorb 181 per volume adsorb is 181 per centimeter cube. Chlorine having critical temperature higher than ammonia, that is 417, so it adsorb about the 235, that is more as compared to ammonia per centimeter cube. And the sulfur dioxide which have the highest critical temperature 430 and it adsorb about 380 centimeter cube volume. Now this is about the nature of the adsorbate gas, how they can have the high critical temperature and how they liquefy easily. On that, the adsorb volume depends. Now, second factor is the nature of adsorbent. Now, substances which provide large surface area, the solid substances which provide large surface area and which are porous in nature are effective adsorbents. For example, the silica gel and charcoal are effective adsorbent because they have the porous nature. Due to their porous nature, they are effective adsorbent, and they adsorb appreciable volume of the gases due to their porous nature. Now let us learn the third factor, that is the surface area of the adsorbent. We know that as the surface area increases, the volume or the extent of adsorption also increases. Now let us learn what is given in this third point. Now see again here in the chapter number 10, state of matter, we learn about this critical temperature. The temperature above which the substances cannot be liquefied though we increase the pressure, that is called as the critical temperature. Now the temperature above which substance cannot be liquefied by increasing the pressure is called as its critical temperature. That means at this critical temperature, at the temperature, this only the gases can liquefy, and above this they cannot be liquefied. That is the critical temperature. So higher the critical temperature, more is the gas get liquefied, and higher is the adsorption of that gas, volume of the adsorption of the gas per centimeter cube of the adsorbent, that is the surface area of adsorbent. Now let us learn the third factor, that is the nature of the surface area of the adsorbent. Now pay attention again on a blackboard. Now the third factor which affects the process of adsorption of the gas on solids is the surface area of adsorbent. How the surface area of the adsorbent is there? The amount of the gas adsorbed depends on that. Now generally the porous solid surfaces, again the rough surfaces, the colloidal surfaces, and the finely divided particle which provide the large surface area are good adsorbents. Silica gel is the good adsorbent. Charcoal is also good adsorbent, we know that. And we always use the finely divided catalyst such as platinum, palladium, powdered catalyst we always use for the hydrogenation process. Why? Because finely divided particles or finely divided substances provide the large surface area as compared to the large blocks. So, adsorption is a surface phenomenon, hence the extent of adsorption increases with increase in surface area of adsorbent. As the surface area of adsorbent increases, the adsorption of the gas also increases. So, the finely divided substances, rough substances, colloidal substances are good adsorbents because they provide larger surface area for a given mass of the adsorbate gas. For the given mass of the adsorbate gas, these substances provide large surface area. Rough substances, colloidal substances, and the that is porous substances or finely divided particles. These are the good adsorbents. So this is about the surface area of the adsorbent. Now the fourth factor which affects the phenomena of adsorption is the temperature. We know that as temperature decreases, adsorption increases. That means adsorption favors at low temperature, because adsorption is the exothermic process. We know that there is the heat evolution, and that heat is called as the heat of adsorption. Always during the adsorption, it may be physisorption or chemisorption, heat get evolved, and that heat is called as the heat of adsorption. We know that. So adsorption is the exothermic process, and according to Le-Chatterley's principle, the exothermic process favors at low temperature, because they already evolved the heat, so they favor the low temperature. That means the amount of adsorption adsorbed is inversely proportional to temperature. That means as temperature increases, adsorption decreases, but at temperature decreases, adsorption increases. So amount of gas adsorbed is inversely proportional to the temperature. So adsorption is an exothermic process. According to Le-Chatterley's principle, exothermic process favored at lower temperatures. Thus, the amount of the gas adsorbed is inversely proportional to temperature. And if we plot a graph of the volume of nitrogen gas adsorbed against the pressure, now this is the amount or volume of the nitrogen gas adsorbed versus pressure. This graph, if we plot, and if we plot a graph of volume of nitrogen adsorbed against the pressure of the gas at different temperature, it shows that as temperature increases from 195 or 193 Kelvin to 273 Kelvin at constant pressure P, the amount of gas adsorbed decreases. That means as temperature increases, amount of gas decreases. Let us see here. Now this is the pressure versus amount of nitrogen gas adsorbed. Now this is here is the constant pressure. Suppose at this point the pressure is constant, 0, or it may be constant pressure. So at different temperature, at temperature 195 Kelvin, the amount of gas adsorbed is more as compared to the temperature 244 Kelvin, and the amount of the gas adsorbed at 244 Kelvin is more as compared to the temperature at 273 Kelvin. Now this proves that as the temperature increases, amount of the gas adsorbed decreases, though we keep the pressure constant. Now the next factor, that is the last factor, is the pressure of a gas. Now the gas which get adsorbed on the adsorbent also depends upon that pressure of that gas. Higher the pressure, more is the adsorption of the gas, because we know that as the pressure of the gas increases, its concentration increases, so more and more gas get adsorbed at higher pressure. So at any temperature may be any, but always the extent of gas adsorbed increases with increase in pressure. What this means? This means that the amount of the gas adsorbed is directly proportional to pressure. So the extent or amount of adsorption is directly proportional to the pressure of the gas. But after acquiring a maximum value of pressure of that gas, then the adsorption remains constant. That means at that time, at higher pressure, the adsorption not depends upon the higher pressure. So but at very high pressure the extent of adsorption independent of that high pressure. Now up to only limit, the as the pressure increases the adsorption also increases, but after the higher pressure the adsorption remains constant of that gas. Now these are the 5 different factors which affect the adsorption phenomena. Now we'll see the adsorption isotherm in a tomorrow lecture. But if student you understand very well these all the 5 factors, that is the nature of the adsorbent, surface area of adsorbent, nature of adsorbent, temperature and pressure, these are the 5 different factors which affect the phenomena of adsorption. If you understand very well, then you subscribe, like and share this video to the other students and also tell them to subscribe. Now let us meet in the tomorrow lecture. Thank you.